is going to be Conqueror Academy. We have Kirik up in the top lane, Calgaros in the jungle, Kangxi in the mid lane, J1 at 80 carry, and Nudes his support. Meanwhile, over on the red side, we do have a Risen Academy Pink with Tej up in the top lane, Pepsi Dog in the jungle, Margarine in the mid lane, Itchy Rat at 80 carry, and Hernandez his support.
Yeah, I'm wondering just how Conqueror is going to do. They do have Kangxi in the mid lane, which is not typically who we see. If I remember correctly, is Metamorphosis in the mid lane. So wondering how this mid lane substitution is going to kind of work out, especially with the ban loss that we saw and we already had talked about. But so far, I mean, we're not seeing anything too different. I think it is going to be really important for Calgaros to get off to a great start on this Lee Sin, get some kind of invade onto Pepsi Dog, put him behind, because the longer it takes for Pepsi Dog to be able to get level 6 on this Karthus, the longer that this game is going to be able to drag out and maybe even get to an earlier end, because right now the late game is looking heavily in favor of Risen Esports.
Definitely a lot of pressure there on Calgaros' shoulders. There's a little bit of trade here in the river. But the Lee Sin has to be able to find purchase in the early game. He has to have his ganks come up with kills or summoner spells, and he has to find a way to shut down Pepsi Dog because, like you said, this is not a game that Conquer Esports really want to go late. This is a game they want to be ending early, and they do have a composition to do it. It's just going to be a question of can they execute.
Yeah, especially for the side of Conquer. I mean, it's not even about like, hey, do we scale? The composition does have some aspects that can really scale really well, but you're relying on a lot of your abilities landing. The hook shot from Kirik is going to be huge on whether or not that lands both in lane and just in case if this does go late, if it lands onto someone like Itchy Rat, who's really going to be one of the only people that you're going to try and land this on, as maybe even the Karthus is just too well protected. And the Lee Sin as well, the Sonic Wave into the Dragon's Rage is going to be huge. Who does that land on? Do you accidentally end up kicking? When you go in on the Sonic Wave, do you immediately get blown up? So there's a lot of tools that Risen Esports has that can stop or can just completely kill the side of Risen. Conqueror can go on the top side.
But speaking of Risen, we are going to be topside. Tej caught out all by himself. Looks like he will just be taking the L on this one. First blood is going to go over to Calgaros here, and a great start for Conqueror.
Yep, great job. He immediately, just going for that early game route, goes red right into the Rift Scuttle and goes top lane, gets a free kill, gets the TP out of Tej, and already getting off to a great start is exactly what we want to see.
Yeah, so really, really nicely executed here, and Kirik definitely going to need the help, as the Camille not really the best pick here into the Urgot, now doing a little bit better now that she has the level advantage. A little bit of help there from the Lee Sin, but we'll definitely need to see repeat attempts here from Calgaros if they want to keep this lead going.
Yeah, and great job from Tej. He was able to hold the flash there, so another gank probably just means that he's going to be really far behind, but that's exactly what we want to see. We can see another engage. Look at that adaptive shield.
Oh. Yeah, taking so much of that damage away from Tej, even though he got almost every shotgun off on the Camille. So definitely looking like Kirik already in a great position here, and with the Camille going up ahead, like you said, this is going to be their late game answer to the Jinx. So as long as the Camille can be doing well for herself there in the top lane, this could be a really, really risky situation for Itchy Rat.
Yeah, Itchy Rat has consistently shown up. If you take a look at their past games, he has been having monster of games, 13-2, 13-3. 7-2, 7-3. This guy's insane in the 80 carry role. See him engage on bot side.
Well, yeah, a bit of a trade here. Ignite is going to go down, and the flash immediately burned from Itchy Rat. Very nicely played by Nudes, and getting the summoner spells out on Itchy Rat in the bottom lane.
Yeah, someone who's going to be lacking a lot of mobility is this Jinx. He's going to be relying heavily on Thresh to kind of help her move through the team fight a little bit smoother. And Unlucky right there is able to kind of do nothing. I think they know that Nudes is here, or that Pepsi Dog.
Yeah, they do see him. He will be missing on the wall of pain. News looks like he might be able to just walk away. The Unstoppable will come through, but the flash to take Hernandez all the way under tower. He's forced to flash himself. Meanwhile, J1 getting off a lot of damage here on the backside. Actually walks through the choppers. Trying to get a little bit more damage through on the backside here, but it looks like Ichirat and Hernandez will be able to walk away. A gank that turned itself on its head.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad trade right there. Although, yes, Nudes does have to blow flash. Hernandez as well needs to blow. Look at this mid lane trade.
Yeah, Kangxi taken very, very low, maybe underestimating hit, but here goes Tej. A very short disdain. He might actually be taken out here. Flash is still available on Kirik, but it looks like he will not go for the play. Instead, walk away. Low health bars walking out on for either side.
Yeah, a lot of blinking reds being shown on screen here, and Pepsi Dog is just trying to force aggression, as we already see that a lot of the lanes, at least in top and bot, are going in favor of Conqueror Academy, and that's not what you want to see, especially early on for the Thresh here. Wait a minute.
Now Calgaros is going to get flashed on under. Tower was trying to save the wave for his mid laner, but instead will give his life for it.
Yeah, that was great job. He did get level 6 off of that kill, so now he's going to have the Frozen Tomb advantage over Conqueror, who, again, is still sitting on the cleanse here. But so far, great job for Margarine, trying to just get that killer instinct right onto the Lee Sin, and that's going to put him behind at least a little bit, especially with Pepsi Dog, who's already 10 CS up.
Yeah, Calgaros maybe making a bit of a mistake there. Might have just wanted to have backed off, seeded the wave, and said, you know what, it's fine. I just need to be able to keep pressure on the map, and instead goes down for it. Very unfortunate here, and that's going to give Margarine that huge advantage in the lane. And so if top lane is going the way of Conquer Academy, the mid lane here is going to be going the way of Risen.
Yeah. While Conqueror is able to hold a little bit of a CS advantage, we do see that Margarine is just constantly on top of these trades. The aftershock is going to be a little bit more
on top of these trades, a lot of damage is going to be going down to this Lysandra. No mana remaining, but the missile is going to miss. Kongshi flashes under the tower and takes the kill on a Margarine. No mana left for the Frozen Tomb. Very nicely played, and Kongshi gets one back.
It's the caster curse, man. We just start praising this, and it just immediately dies. He goes down. I think he just stays in lane just a little bit too long in. Also, doesn't have TP, so already falling behind in CS. It just means that now Kongshi, who also is going to have to get a back off, doesn't mean that too much in the mid lane is going to change in terms of turret pressure. Thankfully, Kongshi being low means he does have to back, and you're not going to see too much there. We just need a trade in top side, though.
Yeah, actually tries to get it in, but looks like Pepsi Dog will be there. Wall of Pain is going to miss. Keurig blowing the flash, and looks like we'll be able to just walk out of it. Trying to avoid the lane waste is going to eat at least one of them. Pepsi Dog realizing, I'm wasting my time here, and leaves the lane. So Keurig, flash burn to the top lane.
Yeah, something to note is Tej did not have ultimate. That could have been something really huge if we saw the Fear Beyond Death come out. That slow is pretty intense, and that could have been another kill for Pepsi Dog, who is still not level 6, as both junglers are still just trying to farm right now. We do see a little bit of vertical jungling, as I think Calgaros actually does steal the
Yeah, flip back on it. Keurig, he's going to take a bunch of damage. His adaptive shield going to be enough. Still is going to be burning down with the ultimate, and looks like that will expire. Keurig surviving by the skin of his teeth.
Unlucky right there, and here we go. Kongshi and Keurig are here.
Yeah, Kongshi going to be caught out. Pepsi Dog is going to be in the middle of the river. Keurig is going to take that kill, but it looks like he will eventually go down at the end of the day. Not going to be able to escape the flip, and now Margarine is there on it. Kongshi looks like he is going to suffer the root, trying to walk out of this still, waiting on the cooldown of his W, but it looks like it's very far away. But here comes Calgaros, trying to get the kill in here as Tej is on the front side. Calgaros gets the blast go to helpfully get the team out. Taking down from the Corrupting Pop, it looks like they will both be able to survive. Very, very close.
That was super, super close. Great job, Kongshi, just holding the cleanse. And Calgaros also coming in at a right time. Maybe might be able to do something with the Dragon's Rage there, but still a great job right there after getting a trade kill onto Pepsi Dog for Keurig. Keurig does blow the TP to get back in the lane, and Tej, despite being behind early, is actually keeping up relatively in levels, trying to just use the minion team materializer to keep up and make sure that none of the waves are going to push. Looks like Keurig is not going to go for the Tiamat, so he's not going to try and shove waves into the turret just quite yet, so this should be at least some point of relief. We even see the Call of Forge out here.
Ultimate actually comes out here for Nudes, trying to get there under the Jinx, but the Dark Passage is going to get him out to safety. Hernandez heads up play on that one.
That was really, really close, and again, great job from Nudes, immediately just trying to go into Ichirat, who is suffering in this lane, getting a lot of poke down onto him. Neither of these AD carries have gone back yet. They're just saving up for that BF sword back. The changes in itemization just means that on one item, both of these champions are probably going to be about the same as when we saw Stormrazor in the meta. Just means that, you know, their second item, Power Spec, where they're able to get their Infinity Edge plus Zeal, should mean that both of these AD carries are going to look a little bit stronger when it comes to those early game, mid-game fights. Nice sustain.
Yeah, definitely going to be a really scary situation here for the Jinx, especially as turret plate did fall down, and that was the full 160 gold going over to J1. So, as you can see, already has the full Berserker's Greaves and the BF sword instead of just the BF sword here. And trip mid lane, but definitely going to be in the favor of Conqueror here in the early game, but that's what we expected. The question is, how able are they so far to be able to translate this into a solid mid game and hopefully end the game before things can go late?
Yeah, they have a lot of good transition champions. The Corki is someone that's going to be able to transition you from that mid game to that early game, as Corki does really spike with that first item on the Triforce, and especially with an ROC. Ooh, nice flash.
Flash here, Nude's trying to get on Ichirat. Ichirat, though, burning his own flash, forgetting about the lantern. Did not realize that that was there, and Summoner Spell blown.
Yeah, how much does that hurt you, considering, you know, just seeing that, you just, Feels bad, man. Just instantly, you see the lantern, and obviously just trying to. It's a little bit of a panic right there, as Calguros was bot lane and showing off a lot of pressure. Like you were saying, early on, this is exactly what we want to see from Conqueror. Trying to get these earlies, trying to play aggressively. We see Kirik is already taking, advantage of this top side, and this mid lane is a little bit more contentious than maybe we think. We even see a Mountain Drake early on go over in favor of Conqueror.
Yeah, Conqueror being able to pick that one up early, and most importantly, I think to highlight off of that, Ichirat only just got his flash back up and it is down again, and with all of this ability to dive him, it's a scary position to be in for the Jinx. Needs to remember, grab the lantern, it's there for you, as we actually see a play. The ultimate is going to be dodged out by Kirik, very nicely done as the teleport is channeled. Tej forgetting what summoner spell he took, and Kirik able to take that one. Very nicely done. Now we see the mid lane, Margarine taking a bunch of damage. This is going to be Calguros going underneath the tower, gets the kick but misses the Sonic Wave, and Margarine should be able to walk out of this one, as here comes the Karthus ultimate. Calguros trying to survive, but no! That's a double picked up for Pepsi Dog, taking down Kirik in the top lane as well as Calguros. 2 for 1. Can't be upset about that.
Yeah, and apparently Tej may be forgetting that Riot decided, hey guys, TP can't be canceled, so unlucky right there, or might have been even a summoner spellbook gone awry. So unlucky right there, but great job from Pepsi Dog, and that's one of the things that happens when you have a Karthus on your team. You say, hey, guess what? Our ganks, they're barely not going well, or hey, a trade in one of the lanes, just barely one of these players made it out. And, he's like a confirmation man. He's the cleaner. He comes in, he says, hey, guess what? Don't worry, guys, I've got you. He hits the Requiem, and boom, he gets a double kill, and that's a shutdown gold off of Kirik. So it is about 450 gold or so, but any gold you can get into Karthus is huge, and he's already 3-1 into this game, 12 minutes in.
Yeah, gonna be really, really scary Karthus with that double kill picked up early, and just goes to show you have to act as if your health bar is about 100 to 200 points less than it really is, because of that Requiem can come through. He gets those stacks up, and the Karthus gonna be really, really scary to see as they continue to scale in the late game, and they're not that far behind so far. Risen have the ability to continue to stall this out, and is there anything Conqueror can do to accelerate this game and try to keep pushing for this first tower here?
Calguros, well, yes, he is getting great counter ganks off, or he is going into the enemy jungle. He's trying to just prevent CS from going in favor of Pepsi Dog. It is not doing a lot. He's still behind in levels. We see an engagement mid lane.
Actually, here we go. Kongshi forced to flash and cleanse out immediately, as here come the lay waste from Pepsi Dog, but it looks like he will be able to sidestep them and get out. Not going to be able to die, but does blow the summoners.
We might even see a gank on the top side as Calguros is here. He has Dragon's Rage.
Yeah, Calguros is standing on a ward though, so is seen. Looks like the collapse is going to try and come through. Tej already walking into the river, and here come 3 members of Risen Esports. Calguros forced to ward hop over the wall here, but as the Lee Sin, very easily able to do that, and nothing comes to play.
Yeah, unlucky right there. Wait. Oh, we gotta love the unstoppable being put back. Here we go on to J1.
Yeah, here we go. The ultimate is gonna come through. Hernandez in the middle, but that's actually gonna be the follow-up miss from Nudes. The heal and Ignite both come out, but it looks like Nudes will be going down here as the hook lands on the backside, and this should be a dead Caitlyn. J1 not able to get out. Ichirat at full HP and will be able to pick that one off. All of a sudden, Risen Esports find the advantage in the bottom lane.
Yup, there we go. That's exactly what you didn't want to see for Conqueror. We were hoping that Calguros was going to be able to snowball one of these lanes, as Kirik is already ahead in this top side. Kongshi is just barely getting out, and he's able to hold the lane, but the bot lane right now is getting abused upon. There's a great job from Hernandez being able to stop Nudes from using the Call of the Forge God there. We see a little bit of a scuffle here and a TP as well.
Yeah, Kirik will have to use the hook shot there to escape, no problem. That is the teleport out of Margarine here, but now you have 2 up in the top lane. Kirik's teleport will be coming up very shortly. Pepsi Dog also made the roam, looking for first tower, but they may end up giving it as there is Kongshi pushing in the mid lane.
Yeah, and he already has a Triforce, so he's able to do a lot of damage with these empowered autos from the spell, the Sheen procs here. Looks like they might even try and go for an engage, but News is sitting right there. The TP as well comes out from Kirik, so no TP plays are going to be happening. Hopefully, however, Ichirat is now going to be more in a position, more confident, I should say, to be able to try and carry this one. Hookshot goes wide.
Yeah, Kirik really wants to get the damage off of the team, not able to find much, but definitely very important to highlight there, as Ichirat is kind of getting through this early trough that Jinx has, but at 1-0-1, this is a character that can very easily snowball a game if she really gets going, and already sitting, actually has the CS lead, is up a kill, has the assist gold as well. Gonna be quite scary, and so far first tower still has not gone down for Conqueror. They haven't been able to break this game as wide open as they wanted to, which does give Risen the advantage.
Yeah, Risen's about 1,000 gold up right now, but if you just take a look at the gold leads right now, Ichirat is about 500 gold in advantage over J1. We do see that Calgros is kind of sitting top lane. I think Tej may be getting caught here.
Yeah, Tej, but trying to get the return kill, but here comes the ultimate and the fear beyond death. A ton of damage on the Kirik, but he's not below the health gate, just barely. Tej walking forward, but not able to pick that one up. Kirik taking the kill on that, and Requiem committed for no kills.
Very, very unlucky. We're seeing it almost. The fear beyond death almost able to pull Kirik in and maybe even to turn that fight around, but like you were saying, Requiem not able to get much. You might even see an engage on the Pepsi Dog here, who's going to just try and hold this wave.
Yeah, they're going to go all the way underneath the tower. Kirik forced to flash away immediately, but does go down to the tower damage. Pepsi Dog cleaning that kill up. Maybe a bit of an overly aggressive play here from Conqueror.
Yeah, that is 2 people going down, and no one's going to be able to respond to this top side, as Calgros is going to probably sit up here. More than likely, he's going to just try and move to his blue buff, but Conchi also has priority in this mid lane, which means the turret is looking very low. We do see the hook lane on the bot side, the chompers come out, but first turret going to Conqueror Esports, which should mean Corki can now back, grab a package, and just show up in one of the lanes. I'm more than likely expecting this bot lane, as Ichirat and Hernandez are really taking it to J1 and Nudes.
Yeah, definitely going to be a great position to be in for the Corki here, as he finally does have that mid lane tower down, but it took 16 minutes for that first tower to fall for Conqueror, and we've kind of talked about this is a team that wants to be able to win by mid-game here. Is that early enough for them to be able to start roaming around the map and making these power plays, or has it taken them too long?
Yeah, I would have expected that some of these turret plates be taken a lot sooner. Obviously, it wasn't until 14 minutes that we really saw the turret damage go off, and you see the Ocean Drake being started up by the side of Risen, which should mean that Tej should be a lot healthier in this top lane. He's going to be able to survive a lot longer if Camille, he ends up taking a bad trade, or if the adaptive defenses end up saving Camille from a lot of damage using the Purge. You can just back up and, hey, you get a lot of your health back. Looks like Pepsi Dog going for a little bit of an invade here.
Yeah,
nice.
Bit off a little bit more than he can chew, though. The kick back is going to be in, and here comes Kongshi. The ultimate is going to be committed from the Ornn as well, but Kagarius is locked up and will go down. Pepsi Dog taking that kill, and now that hook to bring the Corki back in. This is going to be Nude flashing forward, but he can't get anything. The Karthus is still doing a ton of damage despite being dead. Ichirat now figuring that kill off, and Tej trying to get onto J1. Looks like that will be the flash force out of the Caitlyn as well, and Risen coming up big on that play.
Somehow, Pepsi Dog almost gets a triple kill there using the Undead passive. A great job from the side of Risen, and what looked like an amazing engage for Conqueror ended up being 3 players going down and a mid turret.
Yeah, Conqueror overreaching by just a little bit. They thought they had the play, they thought they had the reinforcements, but that Karthus is terrifying. Even if he dies, he is still going to be able to guarantee at least 7 seconds of damage here. Now, the mid tower was traded back for the top tower by Kirik, but again, this is not the kind of even game you want to see if you're Conqueror.
Yeah, especially with that early game that we saw. That was Conqueror. They're supposed to be getting ahead early. You have the Caitlyn, you have the Ornn, you have lane priority, and the Lee Sin, while we have seen doing great things in top lane, really hasn't been up to much and has just allowed Pepsi Dog to really farm out.
But speaking of which, we do have the engage up here on the top lane. Kirik trying to do what he can. Looks like this will be 3 men, and Tej does go down, but here comes the Karthus ultimate. A ton of damage down. Looks like this will be a couple more Dark Harvest procs, but nobody dies at the end of the day, and now Rift Herald is started up for Conqueror.
Yeah, great job for Conqueror here. Again, still bullying Tej, who has been a point of weakness. It looks like they might be even trying to go onto Pepsi Dog, who doesn't have flash on this one. It looks like Conqueror, they're trying to, try to play for this. Let's see what happens.
Conqueror are able to take it down, but you still have to be able to pick it up, as Kongshi is going to eat the Wall of Pain twice. Takes a bunch of damage and is forced to flash away, as meanwhile the Water takes it. The ultimate from Ichirat. Nicely played, Super Mega Death Rocket picking that kill up on the backside here.
Yep.
Ichirat is going to be huge.
Yep, 3-0 right now. Margarine is sitting in the bot side, those adaptive defenses.
Sorry, bot lane play. Kirik is going to have the ultimate committed, as here comes the hook shot trying to get back onto Margarine, but this will be the flash as well as the Hextech Proto Belt. Margarine gets out here, and here comes the pause.
Hey, Corki died. Can we remake, please? Unlucky, but again, great job so far. They're able to secure the Rift Herald, and that was a lot of damage coming out from Pepsi Dog, who, again, every time we come back to this champion, Karthus is doing so much damage in all the team fights. Whether it's the Requiem's coming out, whether it's the Dark Harvest as well, he's just getting ahead. And like we keep saying, we really wanted to see Calgaros get off to an early start, getting off and into those invades. And one of the results that happens because you didn't go for those invades, because you weren't able to put this Karthus behind early, now we see a 6-3 Karthus who's, while you are even in CS than him, he's a level up. He has, technically a better ultimate as it's going to hit all 5 people. And Karthus is just one of those champions where he loves getting in the middle of team fights. Yes, he can start doing a lot of poke damage with the late waste, but if in the middle of a team fight he can get into 4 or 5 players while he's dead, he's putting down the defile. He's just putting out so much AoE damage, and then the Requiem comes out, which just hits everybody. It's just insane what this champion can do when you see it engage now on the top side of the turret.
Yeah, the ramp is going to miss his Teach. Gonna get dashed on by Kongshi, trying to get some more damage down. Calgaro's finally coming through, but the teleport is gonna be channeled here from Margarine, as it looks like Risen are able to make the correct counterplay here, and Conqueror, forced away from this tower, have to give it up.
Ooh, really good right there. They do force both the TP from Margarine. Kirik as well uses his TP a little bit early and trying to just get into a better position behind them, but after Margarine is able to complete that TP, maybe they should have been able to just grab 1 kill and get out, but sadly, Conqueror, they end up losing a TP, and they lose a turret in the end too, so they're not really getting much here. Well, yes, the mid lane is pushing in favor. Mid lane is kind of sitting over the halfway point in favor of Risen, and right now Camille has to enter this bot wave with no TP. Dragon up in 40 seconds. It is going to be a Mountain Drake, so going to be really contentious for both of these teams, as it is going to just completely enhance their sieging potential. Both of these teams have insane turret takes.
Yeah, definitely going to see towers fall very fast if either of these carries are allowed to sit on it, but more importantly, Baron has spawned here, and the vision control starting to be swept away, as we actually see the engagement here on a Hernandez. Looks like he will have the choppers to keep him safe for a little bit longer here, as the hook comes back through, and this will be the Orin pulled in and just taken down, and now the stun on the Lee Sin. Calgaros trying to be able to find a dash target. Looks like he will be able to escape, but the Jinx is there. The Rockets take that down. Double kill I picked up for Ichirat. Does have the red buff, trying to get a few more auto attacks onto Kongshi. Margarine trying to find the stun, but it looks like he will be able to take the tower shots. Forced to back away now. Ichirat not able to find anything else on this, but again, Risen with a superior macro plays, a superior rotation, and are taking these fights.
Yeah, Nudes ends up going just way too far up. He gets caught out by Hernandez and Ichirat, who is putting out insane amounts of damage. Again, he even is able to kind of predict the zap right there, ends up landing it onto Calgaros as he's getting hit, trying to ward hop over the wall into safety. 3 for 1, again, in favor, 2 for 1, I should say, in favor of Risen Esports, and hopefully they're able to turn this into objective. Yes, you can get a lot of kills, and you can scale really well, but if Conqueror is able to pull them off of objectives, this should be overall an even game for the most part.
Yeah, Conqueror, though, has to be starting to get a little bit scared of things, as they have not been able to actually find that much success here in the early game, or even now as they transition mid, not a lot that they can really do as Rifteld is channeled in the mid lane. And if you're looking at the carry scores on the side of Risen, you have a 6-3 Karthus, you have a 5-0 Jinx. Like, this is not the kind of late game you want to be going up against.
That was really close. Yeah, that's definitely what we want to see, especially with the Jinx. Jinx is just so infamous for being an insane carry. We do see the Rift Herald is going to get a charge off into the mid lane, but this could have been a potential window for them to engage. They don't know. They know that Lestrange is coming from top side and is not going to have TP, so could have been a potential spot to go in, but we see going to Siege.
Teach caught out, should be dying. Not a problem here as the horn is going to come through. Looks like the knockups are not going to be quite there. Now Nudes might be caught out by himself, forced to use the Searing Charge to dash away. As the Zap is going to land, he is still getting slowed up, forced to use the Rupture in order to try and keep people off of him. Looks like he will be able to walk out of this, but Hernandez landing the hook onto the Caitlyn. This will be Lissandra going all the way in, but Margarine might have been not more than he can shoot. Uses the Frozen Tomb almost immediately. Calgaro's forced to flash away. Kier tries to dive on the backline. Ichirat is doing totally fine. This is not going to be able to get any more damage through. Pepsi Dog now gets a ton of damage off. Double kill picked up. J1 forced to flash away, but here comes the Requiem. J is going to go down. Calgaros is taken low. A triple kill picked up for the Karthus, and 4 for 2, in favor of Risen Esports.
Great job for Risen Esports. They're able to take large controls of this map. Pepsi Dog with a triple kill. Insane on this Karthus. Great job from him right there. And While this doesn't mean that the Baron is going to be taken, this just means that another turret is going to be going down, and just a lot more map pressure is going to be lost for Conqueror. Conqueror, their side lanes are still in shambles. They need to be able to try to pick out. They keep trying to, bully Tej, but at this point, Tej is long past the days of getting bullied very easily. Yes, he can go down, but you still have to worry about Pepsi Dog, you have to worry about Margarine, and you have to worry about Ichirak. Hernandez as well is pulling out some pretty amazing hooks, forcing out flashes from J1, so this is probably just going to be a pretty free Baron.
Free Baron indeed, that is picked up. It was spotted up by News there at the very end, but nothing that Ornn can do about it, so all of a sudden, Risen here looking into being commanding control of this game, and what avenues are there left here for Conqueror to really fight back? They're up against these two very scary carries. They're down a Baron now. They're down a lot of objectives, sitting at about 5,000 gold deficit here. What are their odds of being able to come back in?
Yeah, well, I've got the answer for you. It's called a 1-3-1. It's called 4-1 if you really want to push it. They need to be able to get these side lanes in control. There's a lot of mobility that can be kind of stifled, as we see Lissandra and Tej are going to be the ones with TP, but they need to be able to get out of those side lanes. Kirik, again, you're playing Camille. This is someone that you don't really want to see in a team fight when you're grouped up 5v5. Yes, is there situations, well, it can't be good, yes, but you're not going to want to see Camille. Typically, you want to see her in a side lane constantly applying pressure. Corki as well, as soon as you get the package, you can just go off into a side lane. You have some pretty great damage. You have a free escape in that package. And if you want, you have a lot of movement speed as well. You can come in from a side lane and immediately disrupt an entire team fight using the amount of damage that comes out from that. So I want to see them drop into a 4-1. However, it is going to be very difficult when you have a Baron constantly pressuring you in that mid wave. We already see that Camille is shoving it into a top wave, and the bot lane turret, however, is in favor of Risen.
As will be, this should be an easy tower for Risen as they are shoving in here in all waves besides top here. Looks like the siege will be coming out, and as you mentioned before, there's going to be a really scary siege situation here, as actually they go all the way under the tower. Kongshi taken very, very low, forced to flash away immediately, as here they go back on him. Margarine does not have the ultimate available for himself, and will eventually go down, maybe a little bit overly aggressive here, as the inhibitor tower has stayed alive for so long. Here comes the Ornn Horde for the re-engage, and they go all the way into the Ichirak. He will be falling down immediately, shut down, goal picked up now, and Hernandez is all by himself. He should fall as well. They are not able to continue to push in the mid lane here, as Risen realize they are up against the wall here. Conqueror finds something back.
Yeah, that was a really over-forced aggression from Margarine, just trying to get the kill onto Kongji. Ends up not really working out. They're going on to Tej again.
Yeah, not quite done yet, as Calgaros and Dude's going on to Tej, but immediately goes down. The Urgot, huge damage, and picks up the double kill. Tej coming up big on that one, and Conqueror wanted to get the push, but they are going to have to settle instead for just keeping the wave.
Yeah, that's really good. Tej now has some more money in his pocket, and he's going to be worth some gold now. He's sitting at 450 bounty, and while that isn't a great end to that kind of over-aggression from Risen, as they are able to pick up 2 kills on the backside of that, still, that was a huge, massive overstep. They lose a lot of their Baron pressure, although they did take the mid inhibitor. Margarine goes way too far, ends up misclicking his Frozen Tomb onto Nudes there, so pretty unlucky. And for the side of, Ichirak goes down, and that's a lot of gold going in favor of Calgaros. This should mean that he should be in that back line trying to just pop Ichirak, because there's no way they're going to be able to pop Margarine under normal circumstances, especially when you have the Frozen Tomb. And Pepsi Dog is playing so far back that it's going to be more than unlikely for you to try and hit him. There should be an Infernal Drake going over, which is just going to make Karthus and Jinx that much stronger.
Yeah, here we go. Flash is actually committed onto the Lee Sin, and he goes down immediately. And now this should be the Ornn being the subject of aggression here. This is going to be the ultimate committed, as the Requiem does come through, and this will be a double kill picked up. No need for Fear Beyond Death. Here doing what he can on the backside, but nothing else he can get done. This is the triple kill picked up with the Karthus. Margarine is going to get the kill on a Kongshi. J1, the only member of the team able to lead back to the base, and this just might be the game here.
Yeah, that's going to look really close to being the end. We saw that again. Pepsi Dog is putting out so much damage on this Karthus. He already has the Elixir of Sorcery, so he's doing some sort of true damage. He has his Rabbit on Death Cap, the really big hat. 12-3 right now on this champion. And we saw that Requiem just completely chunking out Kongshi and J1. Unlucky that he's unable to get that pentakill or the quadra kill, but J1 under turret now. Oh my god.
So much damage there. They're fountain diving. They don't even care at this point. Just going to be padding out the KDAs here as the Nexus is going to fall. Ornhorn comes through at the very end of the day to try and stall for a little bit more time as Lee Sin takes it out. But it looks like this will be Risen Esports Pink taking on the game 1.
Yeah, that was an amazing game for Risen Esports right there. They were able to get ahead pretty early, especially in that bot lane, and then we just saw that while Tej was getting behind Conqueror, they didn't seem like they were doing much with that. You know, they were just kind of sitting there, and then they ended up trying to just put Kirik really far ahead in that top side. It just didn't seem like